Mexico rules out United States President proposed military plans against drug cartels. And in sport, a former Super Eagles striker, John Utaka, emerges French club a head coach. And in sport, a former Super Eagles striker, John Utaka, emerges French club head coach. Now the details. I am Sarah Adesanya. In a strategic move to enhance transparency and promote fair pricing in the agricultural sector, the planning, monitoring and evaluation PM&E component of the Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority LSADA has embarked on a market price validation exercise across the state's 3 agroecological zones. The exercise, led by the head of the component, PM&E, Yunusa Yusuf, commenced with the visit of the Eastern Zone at Imota Market in Ikorodu Axis and the Far Eastern Zone at Pobo Market in Ekpe Axis. During the visit, the validation team engaged directly with local traders to collect accurate data on the prices and weight of key agricultural commodities, which initiative aims to assess existing price structures, identify trends across markets, and validate the agricultural prices are aligned with current economic conditions. The second leg of the exercise took place at Agbalata Market in the Western Zone, Badagry Axis, with support from on-ground enumerators. The team was able to interact with a wide range of traders and successfully gather price and weight data from numerous agricultural products. The exercise underscores the Lagos State government's commitment to evidence-based planning and its ongoing efforts to foster a transparent, inclusive, and sustainable agricultural market system that benefits all stakeholders. In its drive to foster financial responsibility and promote youth empowerment, the Lagos State government, through the Ministry of Finance, has organized a capacity-building program themed Financial Literacy and Management for members of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, NYCN, Lagos chapter. The training at Alausa is part of the state government's ongoing effort to engage Lagosians and equip them with the knowledge necessary for effective financial planning and national development. Declaring the program open, Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Ministry of Finance, Mahmood Tajuddin Alao, emphasized the importance of financial literacy among young people. He noted that the initiative reflects the Lagos State's government strategic focus on youth development, financial education, and inclusive governance. Alao said, given the evolving financial challenges and rising public expectations, young people must acquire a sound understanding of public sector financial management, budgeting, taxation, and other fiscal responsibilities. In his vote of thanks, Vice Chairman of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Lagos Chapter, Asoro Abdul Kabir, commended the Lagos State government and the Ministry of Finance for their foresight and dedication to youth capacity development, urging youths to take the lessons learned seriously and apply them not just in their finances, but in advocating for transparency, accountability, and responsible leadership across all levels of society. The Lagos State Parking Authority, LASPA, says it will not hesitate to invoke the full wrath of the law on anyone or group of individuals trying to obstruct its operations in the state. The General Manager of LASPA, Adebisi Adelabo, said this in a statement, noting with displeasure the unwarranted attacks on LASPA officials during a routine exercise to verify parking compliance by some staff and security personnel in Ekpe. Describing the attacks as illegal and unacceptable, Adelabo stressed that the parking authority will stop at nothing to ensure that the individuals and organizations responsible for the attacks on its offices are brought to book. Adelabo emphasized that it is a great offense to obstruct the activities of government officials on duty, saying the incident represents a serious breach of protocol and an unlawful obstruction of government officials in the execution of their duties. And now to the rest of the stars. President Bola Tinubu has approved several key measures to enhance the welfare of Defined Benefit Scheme, DBS pensioners, under the renewed Hope Agenda. This was contained in a statement by the head of corporate communications at the Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate, PTAD, Olubenga Ajayi. Ajayi said the president approved the immediate implementation of extra budgetary allocation for full enforcement of new pension rate for DBS pensioners. President Tinubu also approved the adoption of a proposed pension harmonization policy for DBS pensioners in the 2026 pension budget. Provision was made for health insurance coverage for all DBS pensioners in the 2026 budget. Ajayi added that the president approved the inclusion of unpaid liabilities owed to NITEL and MTEL pensioners and other parastatal retirees in the 2026 proposal. The Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, mining marshals, have shut down an illegal quarry site in the Kuje Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory, aside arresting 13 suspects linked to the operation. The operation, which was carried out as part of nationwide crackdown on illegal mining, underscored government's efforts to sanitize the sector, protect critical national assets, and curb revenue losses. Commander of the mining marshals, Atta Onoja, in a statement said some suspects were found to be working for a company which had allegedly occupied and exploited a quarry lease belonging to another licensed mining company for over 7 months without legal backing. Onaja warned all mining operators to ensure full compliance with existing mining and environmental laws or risk facing the full weight of the law. And in foreign news, Mexico says United States military will not be entering its territory following reports that President Donald Trump has directed the Pentagon to target Latin American drug cartels. The reported directive follows an executive order signed by Donald Trump earlier this year, formally designating 8 drug cartels as terrorist entities, 6 of which are Mexican. Speaking to newsmen, Mexican President Sheinbaum Pardo said the Mexican government was informed that an order on the cartels was coming and it had nothing to do with the participation of any military personnel. It will be recalled that earlier this year, President Sheinbaum told reporters that U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to designate cartels as terrorists cannot be an opportunity for the U.S. to invade their sovereignty. And in sport, former Nigeria international John Utaka has been named the new head coach of Montpellier's women's side in France, taking over from outgoing manager Frederick Mendy. The 43-year-old coach will share coaching duties with Baptiste Mel until the end of the current campaign, with both working closely under the guidance of sporting director Jean-Louis Saez. The appointment is a milestone for Otaka, making him the only African head coach in France's top-tier women's league. During his playing days, it was instrumental in helping the men's team clinch the 2011 to 2012 League One title, famously scoring twice in the final match to secure the club's first-ever championship. Just before we go, use the walkway where available to avoid accidents. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on my Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Solo administration provided 1,400 hostel beds for Lagos model colleges? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, hear the highlight of the major stories. In a strategic move to enhance transparency and promote fair pricing in the agricultural sector, the Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation PM&E component of the Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority, LSADA, has embarked on a two-day market price validation exercise across the state's 3 agroecological zones. President Bola Tinubu has approved several key measures to enhance the welfare of Defined Benefit Scheme, DBS pensioners, under the Renewed Hope agenda. We also told you that Mexico said United States military will not be entering its territory following reports that President Donald Trump has directed the Pentagon to target Latin American drug cartels. And in sport, a former Nigeria international John Utaka has been named the new head coach of Montpellier's women's side in France, taking over from outgoing manager Frederick Mendy. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Adesanya Ejoyuka. I am Sarah Adesanya. Thank you for listening.